A very good morning to all my dear students. I welcome you all in today's e lecture. The topic of today's e lecture is global warming and climate change. After going through today's lecture, you all will be able to understand about global warming and climate change. So today, let us explore what does global warming means and its effect on our lives, environment, and the entire world. So, what is global warming? This is a term to describe the rising of the average temperature of Earth. In other words, it's the process of our entire planet heating up. In the last century, Earth was warmed by an average of 1 degree centigrade, which might not sound like a significant change, but it could have a big impact on the people and animals. And in future, it is assumed that by the end of 21st century, global warming is likely to cause an increase in the Earth's average temperature of around 2 to 5 degrees centigrade. This change in climate will make our weather more erratic, forcing many species into extinction and making life much harder. The most important question is what causes global warming? Well, the factor responsible for the change in climate is the phenomenon known as greenhouse effect. It was important to discuss greenhouse effect before we start global warming. So we discussed greenhouse effect prior to global warming in E lecture 7. Since the Industrial Revolution, humans have been burning large amount of fossil fuels such as oil and gas producing large amount of carbon dioxide. The gases released into the atmosphere during this process act like an invisible blanket, trapping heat from the sun and warming of earth. This is known as greenhouse effect. Deforestation is another huge reason for global warming. As we all know, tree absorbs huge amount of carbon dioxide and releases oxygen back into it. But very sad, many rainforests are being cut down by humans to make paper, furniture, and many articles. So due to decrease in the number of trees in the forest, carbon dioxide remains in the atmosphere, adding fuel to the fire and warming the globe. If this continues, there will be severe consequences like there will be more rainfall, season will be unpredictable, glaciers will melt, resulting in the rise in the levels of the sea. There are several causes of global warming which have a negative effect on human, plants, and animal lives. These causes may be natural or might be the outcome of human activities. So, this is necessary to understand the causes of global warming. First, we'll discuss man made causes of global warming. Deforestation, we just talked about. Plants are the main source of oxygen. They take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thereby maintaining environmental balance. The forests are being depleted for many domestic and commercial purposes. This has led to an environmental imbalance, thereby giving rise to global warming. Use of vehicles. The use of vehicles, even for very short distances, results into various gaseous emissions. Vehicles burn fossil fuels, which emit a large amount of carbon dioxide and other toxins into the atmosphere, resulting in a temperature increase. Chlorofluorocarbons. With the excessive use of air conditioners and refrigerators, humans have been adding CFCs into the environment, which affects the atmospheric ozone layer. The ozone layer protects the Earth's surface from the harmful ultraviolet rays emitted by the sun. The CFCs has led to ozone layer depletion, making way for the ultraviolet rays, thereby increasing the temperature of the Earth. Greenhouse effect. Earth absorbs about 75% of the total solar energy reaching its surface, thereby increasing its temperature. Some of this energy is radiated back into the atmosphere. The gases present in the atmosphere, for example, ozone, methane, carbon dioxide, water vapors, and CFCs, are called greenhouse gases. They absorb some heat, thereby restricting the heat to escape our atmosphere. So these gases add to the heating of the atmosphere and finally results in global warming. Industrial development. With the advent of industrialization, the temperature of the earth has been increasing rapidly. The harmful emissions from the factories add to the increasing temperature of the earth. Agriculture. Various farming activities produce carbon dioxide and methane gas. These add to the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and ultimately increase the temperature of the earth. Overpopulation. Increase in population means more people breathing. This leads to an increase in the level of carbon dioxide, the primary gas causing global warming in the atmosphere. Now, here we discuss about the natural causes of global warming. Volcanoes. Volcanoes are one of the largest natural contributors to global warming. The ash and smoke emitted during volcanic eruptions goes out into the atmosphere and affects the climate. Water vapors. Water vapor is a kind of greenhouse gas. Due to the increase in Earth's temperature, more water gets evaporated from the water bodies and stays in the atmosphere, adding to global warming. Melting permafrost. Permafrost is there where glaciers are present. It is a frozen soil that has environmental gases trapped in it for several years. As the permafrost melts, it releases the gases back into the atmosphere, increasing the Earth's temperature. Forest blazes. Forest blazes or forest fires emits a large amount of carbon containing smoke. These gases are released into the atmosphere and increase the Earth's temperature, resulting in global warming. We must study serious consequences of global warming so that we can think about the solutions also. So, what are the effects? What are the consequences? A rise in temperature. Global warming has led to an incredible increase in Earth's temperature. Since 1880, the Earth's temperature has increased by 1.4 degrees centigrade. This has resulted in an increase in melting of glaciers, which have led to an increase in the sea levels. This could have devastating effects on coastal regions. Threat to the ecosystem. Global warming has affected the coral reefs that can lead to a loss of plant and animal lives. Increase in global temperatures has made the fragility of coral reefs even worse. Climate change. Global warming has led to a change in climatic conditions. There are droughts at some places and floods at some. This climatic imbalance is the result of global warming. Spread of diseases. Global warming leads to a change in the patterns of heat and humidity. This has led to the movement of mosquitoes that carry and spread diseases, decrease in the human population. Due to an increase in floods, tsunamis, and other natural calamities, the population of humans tends to decrease. Also, the spread of diseases leads to a decrease in the human population. Loss of natural habitat. A global shift in the climate leads to the loss of habitats of several plants and animals. In this case, the animals need to migrate from their natural, and many of them got extinct. This is yet another major impact of global warming on biodiversity. Now, the most crucial question is, how do you prevent global warming? How can you contribute towards saving the planet well? You don't have to do anything big. Tiny changes in your own home can make a difference too. Try switching your normal bulbs into energy saving light bulbs. Take a walk or bicycle instead of car for short distance. Always turn off the electrical appliances or items when you are not using them. Use less hot water. Recycle and reduce your food waste. Plant more trees. Go green. Opt for alternative energy resources. Go for clean fuels. Tune your car regularly. Use energy efficient appliances. Spread the awareness among your friends and family members. I hope you found this lecture very informative. Stay home, stay safe, enjoy learning.